the process was really the conversation between myself and the registry, articulating what I thought our needs were for the position and being quite specific about what I needed an interim chief academic officer to, or chief vice president of academic affairs was the position, what I needed that person to accomplish in the time that they were interim, large part to get us ready for a new full-time chief academic officer. So first of all, it was very helpful to go through that exercise of articulating what it is that I really needed done. So that was the first step. The second step was getting a set of, I think it was somewhere between 10 and 12, um, essentially resumes, cover letters of people who seem to have the specific skill set that would be able to accomplish the task that we had set out on the description. I reviewed those resumes and worked with a colleague here on that. And we highlighted several people that we thought really looked like they had the right set of skills. In further conversation, then step 3 led to the invitation to, I believe it was 3 of those candidates to come to, at that time we were in person, to come to campus for a set of interviews. Now, the unusual part about the process that proved to be exceedingly helpful, but was unusual for those of us in academe, the 3 candidates came not as competitors exactly, but in a position that was helping us to find the right person. So my search, my leadership team, and the registry representative and the candidates all went to dinner together the night before the interviews, which was, again, very unusual, right? Usually these are very, separate, and the candidates don't know about each other. But it really allowed us to talk pretty openly about what we needed, what we were looking for, what the strengths of our institution were. They were each talking about their own experiences and what they had done, so that when we went into the interviews the next day, we knew something about the candidates, and we had particular questions we could follow up with each of them. We then did a sort of pretty thorough interview day. I met with each of the candidates. My leadership team met with each of the candidates, and a group of, I think we had about 12 faculty leaders who also met with all 3 candidates. And that all took pretty much an entire morning. And at 1 o'clock, the internal groups, we reconvened, and it turned out we had collectively agreed on one candidate as the leading and top choice. We then let Lucille from the registry know that, and because the candidates come in knowing that they by coming to the interview, they are agreeing that they would be willing to take the position. By that afternoon, we had our candidate selected, and she had agreed to take the position. So it turned out to be exceedingly efficient. The non-competitive nature of it was very useful for us to get us to focus not on who's the person we like the most, or who, those other things that might get in the way, but our task list and what we needed done and how we could best get that done with the person in front of us. So it was a very amazing process and worked exceedingly well for us.
The process that the registry has is incredibly comprehensive. Our experience has been very positive. I'd say there's one word that permeates the entire process, which is flexibility and accommodating to our institutional needs, as well as the unique needs of a particular placement. And so having that flexibility has been really helpful for us. The fact that the registry is able to pull from a national pool of highly qualified candidates has really served us very well over the last 3.5 years. In fact, over that time period, we've had 7 placements. 3 of them are still active, and they've all, without exception, have worked out incredibly well. 5 of them were for cabinet level positions, and 2 of them are senior managers in the rest of the organization.